Hello, my students. How are you all doing? Now that the weather is like that in Caxias, it's kind of okay to be at home, right? I think this is the best part of studying at home, and because we don't have to leave. I mean, we cannot leave anyways. So studying at home in our comfy houses, it's great, right? So hope you are all well. The first video we are going to do, we are going to correct the homework we had from last class. Remember, you had to do the grammar and the text, right? We're going to start with the grammar. The grammar was page 45, 44, 45, and 46. Guys, before we start, I want to talk a little bit about the texts. I believe you are not having big problems with the texts, mainly with reading comprehension, ok? Acho que vocês não estão com muita dificuldade nas interpretações de texto. Eu acredito que os exercícios de vocabulário podem estar sendo um pouquinho mais complicado para vocês, então eu queria conversar um pouquinho sobre isso antes da gente iniciar, tá? Exercício de vocabulário é muito importante, quero que vocês continuem focando sim no glossário, certo? E vocês viram que no texto 17, que era o tema, o vocabulário já está sendo um vocabulário um pouco mais difícil, né? Acredito que tiveram algumas palavras que vocês ainda não conheciam. Para isso, muito importante continuar com o glossário, tá bom? Peguem 4 ou 5 palavras no mínimo de cada texto. Façam o glossário. Teacher, eu não estou conseguindo fazer os sinônimos. No problems. Escreve in English and Portuguese. That's fine and no worries. Ok? Se vocês estão sem tempo de procurar o sinônimo da palavra, o sinônimo ele é interessante porque ele vai enriquecer ainda mais o vocabulário, com certeza. Mas se vocês já conseguem fazer, guys, isso de Portuguese and English, great. Ok? Não se preocupem. Outra coisa que eu falo para os meus alunos, agora é um período onde a gente começa a se preocupar um pouco mais com o que já aprendemos, certo? Então, quando a gente pega um texto, que nem ali o 17, que tem bastante vocabulário, principalmente nos exercícios, provavelmente vocês encontraram várias palavras que não conheciam, não se desesperem, guys, ok? Qual o exercício que vocês têm que fazer? Volta para o texto para ver se no texto vocês conseguem entender essa palavra, tá bom? O que eu não quero é causar agora em vocês aquela preocupação maior em relação ao vocabulário. Ai, teacher, tinha muitas palavras que eu não entendia. No problems, ok? Volta para o texto. No texto, tu conseguiu ter uma ideia do que era a palavra? Ok. Se nos exercícios vocês não conseguiram fazer ainda, that's okay. We still have time to work on that. Ok? O mais importante eu quero que vocês pensem é se no texto vocês conseguiram ter uma ideia do que era a palavra. Por quê? Vocabulário é isso, gente. Quanto mais leitura, mais vocabulário vocês vão ter. Só que requer tempo, requer prática. Então, façam, continuem fazendo os exercícios, continuem fazendo a leitura, que agora a gente comentou que em junho já a gente aumenta mais essa leitura, continuem fazendo isso que tá ok. Great? Okay, so let's start the correction on page number 44, my friends. I am going to read the sentence, I'm going to tell you what is the correct answer, then we are going to discuss why this is the correct one and not the others and so on, okay? Remember, if you do have any questions, if you put a different answer, send me a message, okay? Ah, teacher, I thought this one was better. Is it okay? Sure. I thought of another possibility. Send me a message and then we can discuss, right? Okay, so the first one. Select the alternative that completes the sentence below in the third conditional. This is about the conditionals. If she hadn't read the news magazine, she wouldn't have seen the ad. If she hadn't read, okay? Eu tenho o que, guys? Eu tenho past perfect. So I'm going to use wouldn't have mais o perfect, okay? Letter D. Number 2. If Science Without Borders is suspended, another federal education program will be significantly expanded. Quando a gente pega essa sentence e a gente transforma para o third conditional, what is the correct? A letra E. If Science Without Border had been suspended, right? Had been suspended. Past perfect. Another federal education problem would have been, would mais o participle, ok? Ou would mais o past participle, let's say, ok? É difícil a gente achar um nome específico para esse daí, ok? Good, letter E. Number 3. He would have chatted with his Facebook friends last night if ele teria feito isso se ele não estivesse tão ocupado. Yes? Ou se ele não tivesse estado tão ocupado. So, if he hadn't been so busy. Letter A. Okay. 4. This one. If Oral's book were to be rewritten, you would have a nightmare vision of the world. In the third conditional would be letter B, okay? If the had been rewritten, okay, o participle. So I'm going to use the past perfect. Por isso que eu uso rewritten e o past perfect que é o had been, right? You would have é sempre would have e mais o participle. Por isso aqui tu tem o would have e mais o had, ok? Porque tem que ser would have e mais o participle. Would have had, a letra B, ok? Number 5. If you run into someone on the street in Taiwan, he's likely to greet you by asking, have you eaten? If we change this to third conditional, if you had run, okay, into someone on the street, he might have probably greeted, because I'm talking about the conditional, guys. So letter A, okay? Number 6, if you apply the KISS rule or the KISS rule to everything you work on, you will create more flexible and productive organizations. In the third condition, cuidado com essa daqui, ok? Essa daqui é a letra D. Had you applied the rules, you would have created, ok? Eu não posso usar o if you have applied, não, porque eu tenho que usar o past perfect. Então essa daí já não dá. Should you applied, it's not possible because it's not one advice, okay? If you had been applied, no, that's not correct. You could have created, no. Okay, so the correct is letter D. 7. In this case, she had lots of German in him. She had lots of German in him. Some Irish, but no Jew. I think that if he had, then I have to use the present perfect. Okay? If he had a little Jew, tem que usar o past perfect. Okay? He would have stuck. É a mesma questão gramatical, guys. I am going to use the past perfect and then I am going to use the would. Okay? Good. Number 8. If I wasn't working tomorrow, I would definitely come surfing with you. Ok? If I wasn't working, eu acho que essa daqui vocês podem ter pensado em outras possibilities, right? Ok. Se vocês pensaram em outras, me mandem mensagem para ver se está correta, porque tem outras possibilities that we could use. 9. We would go bike unless it rained. Ok? Nós iríamos ao menos que chovesse. Finish, no problems. If I wasn't feeling so tired, I'd finish painting the room now. If I wasn't, okay? Letter A, good. 11, I wouldn't go if I didn't enjoy so much. Letter B, okay? Good. 12, If I were you, lembra que eu vou usar o were, ok? 13, you might think. So, Bob's very shy, okay? If you didn't know him, you might think, that's the only possibility. Se você não conhecesse, você poderia pensar. 14, I wouldn't have met Susan if I had arrived, okay? Como eu tenho if I had arrived, I have to use I wouldn't have met, okay? Letter B. O 15, we wouldn't have missed the flight if we had left on time. Se nós tivéssemos saído na hora. I think no problems. 16, if you hadn't annoyed Liz so much, she wouldn't have been so rude. Ok? If you hadn't, se você não tivesse feito isso, ela não teria ficado. So in this case, I am going to use just the same, the past perfect and then the would, okay? Good. The would mais o participle, or the would mais o present perfect or past perfect, okay? Esse name, it's a little bit difficult. 17, you'd have understood if you had been listening. Okay, so I have to use had been. 18, if I had taken your advice, I wouldn't have so many problems now. Yeah, if I had taken, I wouldn't have. Essa eu acho que dá para ter outras possibilities também. Pode me mandar se vocês acharam outras. 19, we wouldn't be living here if the house hadn't cost, okay, would and the hadn't. 20, if he'd enjoyed working here, he wouldn't be working for another company, letter B. No problems. 21, if you had brought the map, we wouldn't be lost. Okay, easy. 22, had I known, essa é muito importante, guys, eu quero que vocês prestem atenção nessas frases onde começa assim, had I known I was going to win the lottery, I would have stopped, okay? Had I known, oh my God, if I only knew. Lembra que esse had I known começa com o conditional, a mesma coisa com o if, ok? 23, if we had more money, simple, we could buy a bigger house, ok? Não é nada no past perfect, ok? Então eu vou usar o simple. If we had o past simple, we could buy, the possibility. 24, if you had been paying attention, you would have heard, ok? Would have heard. O would mais o present perfect. Vamos chamar assim, o would mais o present perfect, ok? Or the would conditional. That's another name we can use. And 25, had I. Já começa com o had I. Se tem o had, eu vou ter que usar o participle. Had I known. A letra B, que é a única possibility. Ok? Guys, se vocês tiverem qualquer dúvida, me escrevam. Ok? E se vocês tiverem outras possibilities também, de, teacher, eu acho que de repente pode ser essa questão ou aquela questão, me escrevam também. Ok? Very well. Any questions, any problems, get in touch. Talk to you soon, guys. Bye-bye.